A 51-year-old Tennessee woman faces 6 counts of child neglect after a 3-month-old boy in her care was found dead and 6 other children were left unattended in her apartment. The banshee's name, Ann C. Jordan. She was arrested Thursday afternoon, I believe that was about a week ago, in Hickman County and returned to Nashville. The 3-month-old's mother and another parent found all 7 children, none of them older than 16 months. They were all alone in Jordan's West Nashville apartment on April the 10th. Police said that the other 6 children were determined to be in good health, thankfully, and that Vanderbilt Children's Hospital said the child who died had no obvious signs of traumatic injury or medical injuries. Detectives said that Ann C. Jordan was found in a nearby park with self-inflicted wounds to her arms. She was taken to a hospital. Detectives are awaiting a final autopsy report with toxicology results. So I'm just going to interject on the article at this point. That seems to be pretty poignant. A 3-month-old boy found dead in the woman's care. 6 other children left alone. They were all in good health. The child that died had no obvious signs of traumatic injury or medical injuries. So why did they die? Well, we don't know. The final autopsy hasn't been released, or rather hadn't been released at the point that I prepared this article. I have been a little bit slow in making the video. It's possible that that autopsy is now out. But I think it's poignant that we're told that the final autopsy report will be showing toxicology results. So if the child had no obvious signs of traumatic injury or medical injuries, then I would think that that points towards the possibility that they ingested a narcotic, a drug, pharmaceuticals, or some kind of poison. I think we've come across similar situations previously where children have died, even within daycare facilities, when they've been exposed to drugs, narcotics, fentanyl, crack. We've seen this situation before, and that's my guess. The 3-month-old boy was found dead, but no obvious injuries. So perhaps they died of natural causes. Perhaps Ann C. Jordan is completely innocent, or perhaps she tried to take her own life because she was riddled with guilt, because she was aware that the 3-month-old had ingested something that he ought not to have ingested. I'm speculating, of course. We're told that it was the first day that the 3-month-old child was at the daycare. It was a temporary solution. If I understand correctly, it was an illegal daycare, unlicensed. So I'm going to be an arsehole at this point. I'm going to be an arsehole. Some of you will not like what I'm about to say, but I'm going to blame the parents to some extent. Not only the parents of the deceased boy, but all of the parents involved that funded this and other illegal, unlicensed daycare facilities. Don't do that. I've read too many articles of unlicensed, illegal daycare facilities where children have died in this way or that way. We've also come across many articles over the last couple of years of children dying and suffering terrible torture at licensed daycares. So I get it. I'm not a parent. I get that daycare is riddled with issues this way and that way. Hugely expensive in Australia, much the same elsewhere, I have no doubt. And perhaps I'm exaggerating the situation. I guess these tragedies only occur on a minuscule percentage, but they do occur. So I feel that the parents are at least a certain percentage to blame for leaving their children and for funding unlicensed activities. Don't do that. I'm no expert, but I'm going to guess that to get licensed at a daycare, you're going to have to jump through certain hoops, jump over certain hurdles to show the authorities that the premises and the practices are safe and in the interests of the safety of all the children there. And unlicensed daycare facilities are not likely to be able to meet the same standards. They're not necessarily going to be able to show that they are safe and run by responsible people. So there's my slight attack, my slight victim blaming. Some of you won't like it, as I say. We're told that the boy's mother arrived at Ann C. Jordan's apartment in the afternoon to pick up the 3-month-old baby boy. There was no answer at the door. A second parent arrived. Still no answer at the door. They tried the door. It was unlocked, so they went in and they found the 3-month-old on Ann C. Jordan's bed. The 3-month-old was cold to the touch and I believe declared dead at the scene. This article was published about a week or so ago, so there perhaps has been further updates. That's the information that I have at the point of preparing the article. Ann C. Jordan seemingly has attempted to take her own life. That attempt failed. I'm not confident enough to say that that's a good thing, but I don't want to say that's a bad thing either. We don't know the details. My guess is this Ansi Jordan acted in an horrendously reckless fashion. That's my guess. I could be wrong, but that's my guess. I'm going to assume that drugs are involved, narcotics, fentanyl, heroin, crack, whatever it happens to be. There were no obvious signs of traumatic injury or medical injuries on the 3-month-old baby boy. He was just discovered on the illegal daycare center's manager's bed in her apartment, cold to the touch. How did he die? I got no idea. We're not going to know until the autopsy report is published, but my guess is he ingested narcotics. My guess is that Ansi Jordan had illegal narcotics at the premises. The 3-month-old baby boy somehow had access to that, ingested it, suffered a medical emergency, wasn't provided with any medical treatment, and subsequently died. Perhaps that happened very rapidly. I could be entirely wrong with what I've just said. It's just mere speculation, but I'm probably going to be right. I'm going to wrap things up at this point. If you appreciate the coverage, please do like, comment, subscribe, share the video as you see fit. Don't listen to too many of my videos. I will be pumping out quite a bit more, but just listen into them here and there. Don't listen to too many. Take care.